get Appel on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do it wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. You spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
here we go on a Football Friday, and this is going to be fun. Crowder's off today. Josh Appel is in, and Alejandro Solana will miss the first hour of the program. He's at the Citadel right now, where we're having our big Summer of Soccer celebration, and Udonis Haslem is there, and Solana is hosting a Q&A with UD downstairs at the Citadel. Everyone listening is welcome to come by the Citadel. It'll be going. They'll be showing the game downstairs in the food hall. And we got ourselves an afternoon of action. I love it when there's a game during the show, Appel. This is going to be a fun afternoon. We are less than an hour away.
Are you feeling the juices? Are the juices flowing for Team USA and Australia?
They really are. This is what happened right before the show started, though. I'll peel back the curtain here a little bit. Jimmy, has goal songs ready. Anytime a team scores a goal, he tries to pick a song that has something to do with that nation. We had a couple from Switzerland yesterday. We don't know if they hit or not, but regardless, he's got songs ready. Obviously, he's got a whole bunch of songs ready for America. Oh, Christian Pulisic is out today? He is out officially.
Yes, he is out.
Pulisic is out. Well, listen, here's the thing. I'm okay with playing it safe, but hey, Puli, the calf. That's a hell of a long way from the heart. All right.
That's your analysis.
Yeah, straight up from stole it from Herb Brooks.
Gotcha.
Miracle.
Let me see. So I have now had a bet voided on the Hard Rock Bet app because I had put in Pulisic to have one shot on target or more in each half. That is voided. I do have this parlay working. Over 2.5 goals total in the game, in the match. USA to win.
Mm-hmm.
And over 8.5 corners.
I like that one.
All right. I'm going to do something else with the one that got voided.
I lost the biggest bet that I made all World Cup. I did both teams to score last night in Mexico and Korea, and it ended 1-0. I think I'm done betting the World Cup.
That's it? You're done?
Yep.
Well, we have a lot of soccer talk to get to today. Obviously, we're going to talk some Heat and Giannis. There's a lot to get to today, but Solana is downstairs at the Citadel. Udonis Haslem, he's hosting this Q&A with him, and then Solana will join us from 3 till 6 this afternoon. We'll just kind of watch the game together, everyone. Like, I can't give you play-by-play, but you wouldn't want my soccer play-by-play. Appel is a soccer play-by-play announcer, but he gets paid a handsome dollar to do that stuff, and he's not doing it for free on our dime. So
I actually would kind of want to hear what your soccer play-by-play would be like.
Don't think that you'd find it very intuitive or informative. So anyway, watch the game with us. It starts in less than an hour. We'll all react together, and we'll have some fun this afternoon, and then before you know it, we will be into the weekend. But this is a great way to get things rolling. There's a huge party at the Citadel in Miami. It's been going since noon. And if you were listening to Tobin and Leroy, you heard all the fun that was going on there. They were broadcasting from the Hard Rock Bet bus, which was pretty cool. So a lot of action this afternoon at the Citadel. We will keep you abreast of everything. The Giannis watch, hot and heavy. We'll talk with Will Manso about it today. Do you think, Appel? Because Milwaukee made this declaration, a couple months ago. They'd like to have everything wrapped up by draft night. Well, draft night's Tuesday. So your best bet, I've been asking this of everybody all week. Your best bet, is Giannis Antetokounmpo a member of the Miami Heat come Tuesday night?
I'm terrible at these predictions. This has started to feel a lot like the Lillard chase. And for that reason, I'm going to say no. Now, with the caveat being, I'm wrong like 98% of the time about these things. So in my mind, it's almost like I'm reverse jinxing this into happening.
I know what you're saying,
no.
though. We assumed the Lillard thing was done, and it never got done. We've kind of been under the assumption the Giannis thing will happen, and here we are, 3-4 days away from Tuesday night, and it still hasn't happened.
Because, like, what could the Heat possibly change about their offer? Their offer is their offer. So if Milwaukee is dragging this along, either seemingly they're trying to find a third team to make this work, or they're waiting for Boston to up the ante a little bit, or trying to find a third team to go along with the Celtics. And so that's kind of the thing in my mind that I'm thinking about is, the Heat are basically making everybody available, I would imagine, except for Bam in this situation. Hero, obviously, the centerpiece to it, all the picks, probably Khalil Ware and Jaime Jaquez and whatever it is. I'm not really sure there's much else the Heat can do to make their offer better. And if a trade hasn't been agreed to at this point, my conclusion is that maybe Milwaukee doesn't find it suitable enough for this deal.
I wanted to ask you something. We were talking about it yesterday, and you're really more of our Panthers expert than anyone. What is going on with Sergei Bobrovsky and what's been floating now about his contract demands? Is that going to be something that prevents him from being with the Panthers?
I think the Panthers have a number in mind. This, by the way, this is not based on any reporting information. This is just my conjecture. I want to make that clear.
Right.
I think Bill Zito is going to be very smart about this. We saw him give out a 5-6 year contract to Brad Marchand so they can kind of spread out the dollars. And that's kind of what the report yesterday said, which is basically Sergei Bobrovsky wants 6 years, $42 million, something along those lines. To me, that's not really doable for what situation the Panthers are in right now. Bobrovsky, by all accounts, takes incredible care of himself, trains really hard in the offseason. He rarely ever misses time. So it's almost like Brady-like, where you think he could probably play until he's 41, 42 years old. But I think the Panthers would rather be like, okay, we'll go 2, maybe 3 years at a certain dollar amount. And I don't know if this is just posturing by Bobrovsky's agent publicly with these leaks or what, but I have a hard time believing the Panthers are going to give out a 6-year deal to a goaltender who's approaching 40 years old. And the other thing that I think about when it comes to Sergei Bobrovsky is this. The only award he hasn't won in his career, which is going to end with him being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. He's got multiple he's got multiple Vezinas, or Vazinas, as you say.
Sure.
He's got multiple Stanley Cups at this point. He hasn't won the Conn Smythe. A team that's going to give Sergei Bobrovsky this contract at this amount of money, the likelihood of him being able to play for a cup with that particular team, I don't know, is very high. So maybe the Panthers have some kind of leverage there.
Because someone will give him that money, right? You're just saying it'll be a lesser team.
You would think so, yeah. I mean, if he wants this type of money, a top contender in the league, unless they have an inordinate amount of cap space, and you know what, we're going to push ahead right now, and we're going to go for it all right now, and we'll bite the bullet later on. But the big goalie contracts like that, I mean, you look around the league, I mean, those really aren't the teams that are playing for the Stanley Cup every year. The Panthers were kind of the exception to that.
Do you think there's a real danger that he's gone, or you think he'll take essentially what you're saying is a hometown discount for the chance to compete, maybe win a Conn Smythe?
We know that he loves it down here, and that's a given. I think there's a possibility, but it depends what the market tells him. If there's somebody else that's going to offer him the money that his agent is leaking, I would imagine, he probably would take it, which would stink. Like, I really wanted to see Bobrovsky finish his career as a Panther. I think his jersey's going up in the rafters regardless, but it would kind of hurt to see him in another uniform to finish out his Hall of Fame career because, despite how his tenure with the Panthers started, the last 3-4 years have been pretty damn awesome. And I think he's endeared himself really well to this community.
The one thing that sticks in my head is I remember when he first came down here, he was really moved by the move. Like, it affected him. You remember he was trying to get his bearings just being in a different city. And my guess is he doesn't want to go through that again. But if you're talking the difference between $21 million and $42 million, you might be apt to go through it again because that's a lot of money. So,
right. That decision gets made for you.
Yeah. We are 47 minutes away from USA, Australia. I had started the show saying I was going to pull the curtain back, and I didn't tell you the story. So Jimmy gets songs ready for goals. When goals happen during the show, and he'll fire off a song, and it's something to do with the country who scored the goal. I had said you probably should have Down Under ready to go for Australia. Not that I'm expecting them to score any goals, but you should probably have Down Under. And he said, of course. And then Appel suggested, how about Safety Dance? And I was a little taken aback. I thought maybe there's something I don't know about Safety Dance, Men Without Hats. And what we came to find out was that Appel thought Men Without Hats, the group that does Safety Dance, was Men at Work, which is the famous group from Australia.
I mean, what's the real difference?
Hats.
Right.
And Men Without Hats are Canadian.
There you go. So you can use that song for Canada. Maybe put that in the
yes,
the old Canadian bucket there, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
It's already in there.
All right.
Thank
you. Let's get headlines with Josh Appel. Like I said, Crowder's on vacation today. Solana, after he's done with his duties, down at our Summer of Soccer party. And by the way, you are welcome to come out to the Citadel. It is the Summer of Soccer. You've got one lucky fan gets a shot to win up to $10,000 in our Soccer Kick Challenge. There's food samples downstairs from Wild Fork, cafecito from La Llave, rooftop vibes with Al Capone. Udonis Haslam's doing the Q&A downstairs, courtesy of Hard Rock Bet. There's games, giveaways, prizes, obviously match day excitement. You're coming for the soccer. You're staying for the vibes. It is underway, and it is all sponsored by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, by La Llave, Smooth Espresso, by your South Florida Chevy dealers, Al Capone, sweet hand-rolled cognac cigars, Wild Fork, neighborhood meat and seafood market, Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook, and by Verizon, an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And again, that's going on till 6 tonight. And obviously, everyone, beginning at 3 p.m., 45 minutes from now, is going to be glued to a TV watching a little footy. Let's get headlines here with Appel, brought to you by Durrell Kia. In Miami, at a Domino's game, you always find your abuelito. When you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Durrell Kia.
We are getting excited and getting ready for Team USA's second World Cup match. They're in Seattle today at Seattle Stadium, home of the Seattle Sounders and the Seattle Seahawks. 3 o'clock, they'll get underway. That's during the show. Hawk will give his illustrious, not on-time play-by-play.
That would be illegal.
Correct. So he's going to give it delayed in a certain fashion.
Or you'll just hear me blurt out sounds, and then you have to figure out what happened. Ooh. Something good, something bad, something almost.
That's a fun game.
Or you'll hear this sound.
Right, but that would signify only a goal. You may hear me blurt out a sound if something hits the woodwork. You don't have any sound for the woodwork. I might go,
look at you.
Doink.
Look at you, hitting the woodwork.
Well, I've been betting that. That's one of the bets, one of the props that you can bet on Hard Rock Bet. Yeah.
Huh.
So
Christian Pulisic.
USA, by the way, is a minus 150 favorite this afternoon. Australia is plus 400 to win. A draw is plus 300.
I wonder how much the line changed with the news of Christian Pulisic being unavailable for this match. He suffered a calf injury against Paraguay. That was the 4-1 win last week for Team USA that got their run in the World Cup underway. A phenomenal performance. They will try and replicate that today. Ricardo Pepi starts in place of Christian Pulisic. Team USA, Pochettino going with 2 strikers up top with Pepe in for Pulisic. This match is for first place in the group against Australia. A win essentially assures that the U.S. men's national team will advance out of the group stage.
Let's go. Big stakes today. I love this.
We've also got 3 other games on the slate today in the World Cup. Scotland, Morocco play at 6 o'clock. Brazil and Haiti at 8:30. And then the other Group D match, Turkey and Paraguay, they'll play at the prime time slot of 11 p.m. Hockey, staying up for that?
Friday night? Sure, I may be up for that one.
All right. We'll see.
I'll probably be watching OP live. That's my usual Friday night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
Throw your 4s up after the second half hydration break to signify the fourth quarter of these matches.
Ridiculous.
The Marlins, they return home tonight to begin a 3-game series against the Giants. Blake Bacher gets the start for the Marlins in what will be a bullpen game.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Blake Bacher, great hair. Good name, too.
They got a bunch of guys with good hair.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Who's the all-star last year?
Stowers.
Yeah, great hair.
Yeah, he had a big game on, what was it? What's today? Friday? On Wednesday against the Phillies in the closeout game of the series. The Marlins put up 12 runs in a win. They did lose the series. They lost 2 out of 3. But that emphatic win in Philadelphia, hopefully they can ride that momentum into tonight to try and get back to 500. It's a 7:10 first pitch, and you can hear Steven Strom and Jack McMullen bring that to you on WQAM.
Very big day tomorrow at Lone Depot Park, Flanagan's Fest.
Flest?
Yeah. So if you want your special Flanagan's jersey, and they gave them to us at the radio station. If you saw the radio Instagram, you saw me and Solana rocking the Flanny's Marlins mashups. They're really cool this year. If you want to get one of those, you have to buy a special ticket. So make sure you buy the special Flanagan's ticket for tomorrow's Marlins game if you're interested in that jersey. It's really cool. They did an excellent job with it.
I always loved bringing home the Flanagan's Cup.
Yeah.
They've got special World Cup ones in their restaurants. We went to lunch there the other day, brought them home. Hopefully, if anybody can hear this, I'd love a Flanagan's Cup. Probably not going to have great odds to get one of the jerseys that you got, but I will take a Flanagan's Cup, a flup.
All right. I believe there's one right there in the studio.
Jimmy, save that for me.
I'll do my best.
If not, just call Flanagan's.
Well, if they give me a cup, I'm keeping it. I'm not giving it.
We'll call them and see how many cups they'll give us.
Which one?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. Some NFL
Try by the end of the show. Let's see if we can have 600 or 700 Flanny's cups.
Oh, goodness. Some NFL news. Colts cornerback and former Jet Hawk, I don't know if you saw this huge news. Sauce Gardner revealed that he's actually 24 years old and not 25.
I did see that. An odd thing to keep secret.
I know. Apparently his birthday's been wrong on every single piece of information.
But like to correct it now seems like
right.
It's a little late.
Well, it's like when a player for years has their name pronounced one way, and then after, Devon Achane did it after one season, to his credit. But some guys will just put up with it for as long as it goes on, and then one day they're like, you know what, actually, my name is pronounced this way.
It was strange. We never knew Mike was pronounced Giancarlo.
You wouldn't think from the spelling.
No, it was shocking to everyone involved.
It's a funny way to spell Giancarlo.
Mike.
You can kind of see the syllables in there. Some hidden figures.
No, you can't.
That's the biggest NFL news of the day.
All right.
Second round of the U.S. Open from Shinnecock in New York. Wyndham Clark atop the leaderboard at 7 under. Second round action today up from the Hamptons. He is 4 strokes up on Matt Fitzpatrick and Xander Schauffele. It's a major.
It is a major.
Mm-hmm.
Happens to be a lot of sports, a lot of good sports going on right now.
You know, sometimes you feel like after the NHL and the NBA wrap up, all right, it's a bit of a lull. But the Marlins playing 500 baseball. You've got the World Cup in full action, and you've got the U.S. Open in golf going on right now too. So
generally, the time between NBA and NHL being over for me is just a countdown to the hot dog eating contest on July 4th. But the World Cup changes everything. I mean, there's sports every day, all day. It's really cool.
Yeah. And so we will be right in the thick of it today. Your weather here in South Florida, it's mid to late June, 93 degrees, partly cloudy. You can
you are correct. It is mid to late June, and so you probably, if you're from around here, you probably know what the weather is like if you go outside.
It's we got a heat advisory. Feel like we have one of those every single day the last week or so.
I think we will until September.
Yeah. Maybe even in December. Who knows?
It's crazy, man. It is so hot out there.
Yeah. Scorching. You step outside, feels like you jumped into a pool. Bring two shirts.
Everybody take your hydration breaks.
And bring water.
Even if you're indoors.
Yeah. Even if you're at Jerry's World.
That weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
All right, our friend Will Manso from Local 10. He's going to join us in the next segment. We can get a Giannis update from him, talk to him about the World Cup. We got a lot of action. We got action, Jack, and we've got USA Australia just 36 minutes from now. We will all watch it together this afternoon on this Football Friday. Take a break here. Come back with more Hochman, Crowder, and Solana.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hey, Claude, let's jump Hawk.
Got ourselves a fun football Friday. Football Friday. Have those for the next several weeks. Summer of soccer. I love it. All right. Will Manso is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, sports anchor and reporter at Local 10 here in Miami, which is your television home for the Miami Heat. Were you aware of that, Josh Appel, that all the Heat games will be on Local 10? You're muted.
I was aware of that.
All right. Kept us waiting to find out if you were aware of that or not. Will
to keep you on your
Manso
toes.
is with us. Will, you're aware that your station's the home for the Heat?
Yes, very aware and very excited. Now we just have to see if that will include Giannis in the mix.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about. First, though, how are you watching the USA-Australia match in, about 25 minutes?
Originally, I was going to meet some buddies at a watch party, but I was so comfortable on my couch on my day off, and I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay on my couch and watch it here. So I'm going to watch it on the couch and enjoy it that way.
Very good. That's a good move. What about food-wise? You doing anything in the snack zone? You ordering in? What's the menu?
It's a good question. I had a late breakfast because I actually slept in, which is a rarity. So I'll probably just snack chips and things like that, whatever's around the house, just to kind of enjoy.
What do the Mansos keep in the house for chips? You do like Cheetos and Doritos. You do traditional Lay's. What do we got?
Okay, so Giselle gives me a hard time because I like traditional chips. I just like Lay's or Doritos. Sometimes I'll get the baked version. I like Funyuns. I like the standard, gross, they're terrible for you chips. So Giselle's like, well, if we're going to have chips in the house, let's get like the Whole Foods, Trader Joe's chips. So she gets like these sea salt vinegar and these ketchup chips with like a bunch of stuff in them that are supposed to be healthier, but they're just fooling you. So I end up snacking on those. I don't have any traditional chips in the house.
The ketchup chips are disgusting. Will, you mentioned
love ketchup chips.
Terrible. Will,
Terrible.
you mentioned that today was the rare day that you got to sleep in, and I'm curious, since we had our kids 6 months ago, sleeping in has taken on a whole new definition in this house. Sleeping into us now is like 7:45, 8 a.m. So what is the definition of sleeping in 2026 for Will Manso?
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way. My standard night, obviously I work nights, when I work at the station, I work till 11:30. I get home at 12:10. It takes me an hour to fall asleep. I go to bed by 1 most nights, 1:15. I wake up most days at 6:30, 7 o'clock, depending on what's up with the kids. So I sleep about 5.5 hours a night. So sleeping to me, last night I went to an event with actually the one and only Jason Jackson. I got to hang out with Jackson. We went to a really fun show close by. I went to bed at 12:30 and I got up at 9:30. So I got 9 hours of sleep. And when I tell you that I got 9, now the alcohol probably helped, but still the 9 hours of sleep was very solid 9 hours of sleep. So that, honestly, Phil, that's a Father's Day weekend treat right there that I got to sleep at.
What a pleasure. Cunio sleeps till like noon every day. He works the same hours as you, but he sleeps till like noon.
He's like in a hypobaric chamber or something for his body. Who knows?
He's got no chips in the house either.
No, are you kidding me? He's eating celery sticks to watch the U.S. game. It's exciting.
All right, let's talk Giannis and Miami Heat. Did you want to be, by the way, in New York for the parade yesterday? Did you have any desire to experience that?
Zero desire. The table I sat at last night was all people that are in some way associated with the Heat, and we all said the same thing. Somebody in the table, one of the spouses said, did anybody watch the Knicks coverage? And we all looked at each other and said, no, thankfully, and it was intentional. We wanted nothing to do with it. So I'm not even kidding you. I didn't see 1 second, other than when I scroll on social media and see pictures that people posted, I didn't see 1 second of the parade.
Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty nutty out there yesterday.
I'm sure it was cool. I'm sure it was great. I'm sure it was great for them, not for us.
What are we doing here? It's Friday. The draft is Tuesday night. First round is Tuesday night. The Bucks had said a couple months ago, hey, we'd like to have everything wrapped up by draft night, and it makes sense. Do you have any gut instinct as to where we are with Giannis landing with the Heat?
Here's my gut instinct. My gut instinct is that I still think that they're the favorites and that if he's going to get traded, I do feel like that is the direction it's going, right? Like everything's laid out there for a move to be made. But a gut instinct isn't the same as the reality, which is at any point the Bucks can pivot in any direction they want. I mean, their ownership group and what they want to do. Some people have been telling me about the Giannis deal, like, why doesn't Riley just make the move? Why don't the Heat just give him everything? And I mean, it takes two to tango. I mean, Giannis is not a free agent. The Bucks have to be A, happy, and B, willing, to do a deal. And if they're not, it doesn't matter what Pat Riley or Andy or anybody in that organization does. So to put it on the Heat is very hard to do because it's clear they have interest. To answer your question, yeah, I think that they're in position probably better than anyone, it sounds like, to get Giannis. But I will say this, what I feel more so than that, Hawk, is that I think the Heat are going to make a major move. Whether it's Giannis or pivoting to someone else, I don't see any scenario this offseason. And look, you could come back in a few months and laugh at me for saying this, but I don't see any scenario this offseason where the Heat don't make a major move, where Tyler or some sort of package gets moved. I just think they've recognized that the status quo and the running it back and the way this team has been can't remain. They have to do something.
Will, I still have terrible memories from the Damian Lillard saga, and the longer that this drags on, I start to have those flashbacks. Can you talk me off the ledge here a little bit? Does this feel like the Lillard saga at all to you, or are we still way off from what that ended up being?
The only reason it's not similar is because of Giannis's contract situation having just a year left, and he's made it clear that he only really wants to re-sign with a few teams he feels comfortable with, and it's pretty clear that he'd are one of those teams. Now, I guess what doesn't make you feel good is that one of the teams that he would sign with, like a Boston, let's say, is potentially back in the mix and makes a move, and the Bucks decide they want to pivot in that direction. I think there's no way you could feel good right now because, again, the Heat have no control over the situation. And they can give all their draft picks, all their assets, Tyler Hero, Pella, Kalel, take whatever you want, picks, whatever, and the Bucks could still say no. The Bucks could still say, no, we like this deal better, or we don't want to make a deal, or whatever the case may be. So there's no way to make anybody feel great other than to say the Heat appear to be in the best position. And it sure seems like this time around the Bucks really are going to trade Giannis, but we won't know probably till Monday or Tuesday at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same opinion you are, which is they have to do something. There can't be, hey, we tried to make some acquisitions, but we feel like we'll just stick with what we have. It gives us the best chance. I just don't think that's a possibility.
Can you imagine opening night with the same roster and saying, hey, we gave it a crack, and Spo saying we like our team and we believe we can win? I mean, nobody's going to buy it. And look, I'm the biggest homer there is, and I'm not going to buy it.
But what that means is they may end up having to overpay. But my point yesterday, because we were talking about this yesterday, me and Solana and Crowder, that's okay. Sometimes you have to overpay if you want something, if you're not happy with what you have. So sometimes the market just dictates that you overpay. And I wonder if there's a scenario where they end up with Giannis or they end up with Kawhi, but Heat fans are disappointed with how much they had to give up.
I think if you're in that side, right, where you're going to be disappointed, then what have you spent the last 5 years complaining about, or really since, toward the end of Jimmy, let's say the last 3 years complaining about, is that the Heat have been sitting on these assets and don't want to do anything. They don't want to give up too much. How many times there's a point where it becomes too much? Well, there's also a point where it's just like, take it all and let's see what happens. You can't be in the middle. Like, you can't, as a fan, you either want them to make a big change or not, but you can't worry about what they give up, because the bottom line is this: no matter what they give up, right, you're getting a two-time MVP and you're changing the look of the franchise moving forward. If it doesn't pay off in the long term in 2 or 3 years, then you're right back to this spot all over again in 3 years. But geez, at least you took a swing. You know what I mean? At least you tried. To sit on your assets for waiting for the perfect deal clearly isn't working. And if that means throwing in an extra pick, throwing in an extra player that maybe you wanted to keep, you do it. Because the one thing I tell everyone is that everyone on that roster other than Ban is tradable, because everyone on that roster right now as it stands is not a superstar. It's not a person that's going to be the alpha that leads you to a championship, which is exactly what Giannis has been and potentially could be for the Heat.
Will, I feel like I might know your answer to this based on that last answer you just gave, but, Giannis is going to be 32 this season. He played just 36 games last year. I know when the Heat brought in Jimmy, he wasn't exactly on the front end of his career, and until the end, it was a great run with Jimmy Butler. But does the age and the body and the injuries he was dealing with last year, does that give you any pause at all?
It doesn't. It gives you the same pause that any player would bring, right? Like a player, especially his stature on the other side of 30, you're always going to have a little bit of okay, is this the time they break down? But when you really look at Giannis's body of work, before last season, he had never played less than 61 games in a full season. Like before, not his rookie year counting. When he became an established NBA player, never played less than 61 games. If you say to me that Giannis is going to be the next 3 or 4 years, right, and he plays 61 to 68 games a year, I would sign up for it right now, because the other 15, 20, you figure out what it is, whether he's resting or whether he's dealing with a minor injury, and then you get him ready for the playoffs, which in many ways is what Jimmy did, is what they did with Jimmy. Like, that's the way the NBA works now, right? Players don't play 82 games. It just doesn't exist anymore. We could debate all day about why that happens and whether guys should play more, but that's just not the world we live in. So the whole idea that Giannis is going to break down, sure, could it happen? Yeah, but I don't see, based on his body of work and the way he takes care of his body, why you couldn't manage him over the next few years to make sure he stays in that 60, 65 game range and be the superstar when it matters most, like Jimmy, by the way, in the playoffs.
If the Heat add Giannis, so you have Bam and Giannis, and let's say Norman Powell is still here, probably.
Wiggins, potentially Wiggins, yeah.
Where do they stand in the pantheon of the East? Where do they stand against the Knicks, who we just saw win a championship? And I'm curious what your thoughts are. We've been talking about this week with our NBA guests. Washington will have the number 1 overall pick. Also will have Trae Young and Anthony Davis. Assume that they're going to play however many games. You're not going to get a full season out of AD. But where will Washington fit into the pantheon of the East as well?
Well, I mean, I think if Trae stays there, right? Isn't he a free agent? He's talking about all that stuff.
Yeah,
about
it looks like he's going to sign a big contract to stay there, though.
I would think, I would guess he stays there. And look, that AD probably more so than Giannis is a health question, because AD's body of work has been, unfortunately, a lot of injuries. And go figure, the 1 year he didn't get hurt, 1 year they beat the Heat in the bubble. But so I think that's a potentially good team, obviously, with those two guys. And if the number 1 pick, whoever they take, pans out to be a star quality player, I think the Knicks are clearly still going to be a force with the combination of veterans they have, and Jalen Brunson still being a star who's not, he's not a kid, but he's certainly not an old guy. And I think the Celtics, when you have Tatum and Brown, as long as they stick that duo together, they're a contender. I think the Heat are in that mix of those top 4, and you can shuffle them up and pick them out of the hat, but I think they're in that grouping. And the one thing we saw this year with that grouping is it just takes you staying healthy. Like the Knicks were, I don't think the Knicks were that much better than either the Celtics or the Cavs or any of these teams. I think what the Knicks had in the playoffs is they came together because they stayed healthy. They were a very, very strong starting unit that stayed healthy, and they didn't lose key guys. And they got hot, and credit to them, they won a championship. That's what it takes to win these titles. And if you look at the missed opportunities the last few years with the Heat, the bubble where Bam got hurt and Goran got hurt, and then the final was the Nuggets where Jimmy got hurt in the previous series, those kind of things are what derail championship runs. And so any of these teams are capable of making a run like that, and that would include the Heat if they got Giannis, barring, any kind of health concerns. I think it would be a real good battle in the East among those 4 or 5 teams.
Which, by the way, plays into my point of why you might have to overpay. Because even if you overpay, you've got a team all of a sudden, I'm in agreement with you, that's a top 4 team potentially in the East. If you hold your ground, because you don't want to empty the cupboard, which is ridiculous because the cupboard's empty anyway. But if you hold your ground, you're not going to compete in the East. Nope. So what, I can't come up with the logic of why, because there are some texters. I see some people on social media talking about you can't give away that much for, an injury risk, like Appel had mentioned with Giannis.
Here's the answer, Hawk. The answer is this: they want to do it the draft way. Hey, why don't you just build and struggle and get a lottery pick? But I tell people, do you not listen to Pat Riley? The Heat don't do that. They don't apologize for it. They don't care. They're not going to change. So the people that speculate a different way of trying to build are just wasting their breath. It's never going to happen. It's not the way they build teams. They're going to keep star chasing until they get one. And I think this offseason they're going to get one. I think there's going to be a big change. Whether that's enough to win a championship, we'll see. But at least it's not a play-in team that quite frankly is boring to watch most of the time because you know where it's going to go.
Well, I feel like if the Giannis thing does not happen, regardless of the other move that they make, there will be disappointment amongst the Heat fan base. I know Kawhi is the other name that gets mentioned. I don't know if John Morant is also in this conversation.
Could end up with Jaylen Brown in some sort of 3-team maneuver.
Right, but are names like that going to, just because it's a move, going to make people as excited as if it was just Giannis?
No. Giannis is the one. Yeah, there will be disappointment, by the way, by me included. If they don't get Giannis, I'll be disappointed. As as a fan, by the way, as a media member too, I'd love to cover a 2-time MVP who seems like a really personable guy, this big, larger than life personality, an incredible future Hall of Famer. Like, I'd love to cover that, number one, and number two is have that guy on the team I root for. So yeah, that definitely will be disappointing. But I think there will also be a pivot when people realize, if it truly does happen, that they have to pivot, that this is still not going to be the same product. The only way that I think Heat fans are completely disappointed in this offseason is the doomsday scenario that, Hawk, you mentioned, is that they just come back with the same team. That's the only scenario that I think everybody would be disappointed, by the way, including the people in that building, because they know they need more than what they've got.
Will Manso, Local 10, that is the television home for the Miami Heat. Someone had put up on the text line, is PLG going to be available on YouTube TV? Do you know?
They are working on that. It's a good question, because now that we have the Heat, there's conversations. But I'm telling you guys, and this isn't just to pitch my station, the app they created, the Local 10 Plus Platinum app, is a free app. And when I tell you the quality of the signal, you can put it on your smart TVs, your iPad, your phone. It's free, and you can watch in this market. So from Broward to Monroe, every bit of Channel 10 programming for free, including Heat games. I'm telling you guys, put it on your apps, put it on your smart TV, download it. It's outstanding. It really is. I tried it, and I was blown away how good the signal is, how good the picture is. It's going to be great.
And it's not Local 10's decision, by the way, that we can't get it here in Palm Beach County, right, where I live.
No, we would love to give it anywhere. Yeah, we'd love to anywhere. But unfortunately, that's an NBA and market thing. We just can't. We can't put, like, for instance, you can't watch Channel 10 on a market regardless, right? Like, you don't watch Channel 10, right? I mean,
I can get the app. I can watch it on the app. I mean, I can't watch it live. I can watch the newscasts when they put them up there.
Yes, exactly. Because the news is our product. But anything that's programming based, like, we can't show Jeopardy in West Palm on our app. We can't show People Puzzler or any of these shows. It's just the news, because that's our product.
Well, I'm able to see you and Clay and Betty Davis.
See, that's all you need. That, and now Heat
games. Really all I need.
We'll find it. Yeah, that's
Will Manso from Local 10. Go enjoy your chips.
Anytime, guys. All right, we'll talk soon.
There you go. Will Manso. We'll see what happens. Next Tuesday night is going to be a big. You remember, Appel, when Gordon Hayward was like the big offseason acquisition? And like I was on vacation, and I'm checking my phone constantly to see where Gordon Hayward's going to. That's going to be Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be Giannis Day. And it's going to be either a very celebratory or a very miserable day in South Florida. Gordon Hayward. Can you imagine what we were doing for Gordon Hayward?
Who was the big that we were getting really excited about during? Was it Chris Humphries or something like it? Was it Troy Murphy? Is that who we were getting excited about? Like the supporting role players back in the day?
I think were the real Humphries. Yeah. Yeah, we've had some times. We've had some moments. All right, we got to take a break. Let me tell you about the Hard Rock Bet app, because if you haven't tried it yet, there is no better time to get in the game than right now. Obviously, the world's biggest soccer tournament is ongoing. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal way to get in on the action all summer long. Sign up with Hard Rock Bet today. Place a $5 bet. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. That's a winning bet plus an extra $150 to bet with. That's how you get the party started. Just make sure you download the Hard Rock Bet app now. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. You ever bet a soccer match that ended 0-0? That's a tough watch sometimes. Hard Rock Bet has no goals, no problem. If you bet on a team to win in regulation and the match ends scoreless after 90 minutes and stoppage time, you'll get a bonus bet back up to $250. So when the goals go missing, your bet doesn't. Check out No Goals, No Problem on the Hard Rock Bet app today. And by the way, Hard Rock Bet gives you new promos every single day. So no sweat bets, profit boosts, bonus bets, and more. No matter the day or the game, there's always something waiting for you in the app. So if you do have the app, open it up right now, see what you've got waiting for you as a little bonus. If you don't have the app, download the Hard Rock Bet app right now. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
I have this fantasy. I've had this for years.
of becoming obese and bedridden and just watching TV all day and having people bring me food.
We back at it with the steady Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next. Always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right. Talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like a Matt Mervis bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock.
We are underway. Thank you, Georgie, by the way, for introducing us in the 3 o'clock hour. Follow him on social media, Georgie Music, JORGMUZIK. We are underway not only in the 3 o'clock hour, we are underway. USA Australia World Cup match, Group D, 3rd minute, scoreless. What?
You got your first corner kick.
Oh, first corner kick. I thought there was I missed a goal already.
I don't think so.
No, it was a goal kick.
I thought it was a corner kick. Looked like it got the.
Because I've got a couple parlay. Well, I have one parlay working. Actually, now I have 2 parlays working. So anyway, here are my 2 wagers for today's match. I've got a 2-leg parlay, both USA and Australia to hit the woodwork. That's plus 700. I'm just a fun soccer gambler. I'm not
such a darlay.
It is. But you got to win a darlay every now and then. And then I've got the parlay I told you earlier. Over 2.5 goals total. USA wins. And over 8.5 corner kicks.
It's 305.
Dale.
God bless. Dale.
Dale.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
305 is sponsored by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as family. I can see Appel is in his relaxed TV watching mode. You just want to relax and watch this game, right?
Kick my feet up and enjoy a little TV USA footy.
What would be a snack for you? We talked with Will Manso in the last segment. He said chips, but Giselle makes him buy like the faux healthier chips that you get at Whole Foods. He likes traditional chips. What's your go-to?
I like a variety of things. So if you put out like a thing of wheat thins, I'm in. You put out some chips and salsa, I'm in. Pretzels, popcorn. Hawk, you know me. I'm a big guy. I like my snacks. Most things.
Sounds like you like the basics, though. The chips, the pretzels, the popcorn.
How could you go wrong with the basics? When at the I did a little watch party with some friends of mine for the first match. We did a little chicken wings at time of our lives and some cookies that are like soccer.
You brought them in or you grilled them?
Brought them in.
Where'd you bring them in from?
Good question. I don't remember. It was a place by my buddy's place, but it was really good.
I don't know if you saw this story or not. The founder of Cane's, Raising Cane's, he does not eat coleslaw. And so when he orders one of the Cane's meals, and I know you like Raising Cane's.
Had it for lunch today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you get the slaw?
No, I always go double fries, no slaw.
Double fries?
Yeah.
You are a big fella.
I mean, come on. I like
because the founder of Raising Cane's, he goes double toast. And my son goes double toast. He doesn't like slaw either, and he loves Raising Cane's. So you had Raising Cane's today.
Sure did.
Is that your top chicken tender?
Top chicken tender, yes, but I think I have Chick-fil-A like slightly above it. You know, PDQ's not bad either, but
I like
different.
PDQ. Yeah. You like the Raising Cane's, the cane sauce?
I do. So I use the cane sauce with the tenders and the Texas toast, and I'd go ketchup for the French fries.
Interesting. Yeah, I wish they had more sauce offerings. I know everybody loves the cane sauce, but I wish they just offered some honey mustard and some traditional barbecue and stuff.
I feel like part of the appeal of Raising Cane's, though, is that, hey, here's what we got. If you like it, great. If you don't, there's the door.
I'm not trying to correct their business model by any stretch because they're the most successful, like per unit, they generate more revenue than just about any fast food place on the planet. Like the guy's a billionaire that started it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a college kid who just liked chicken tenders.
Yeah, from Louisiana, I believe.
Hard to do this show while this game is going on.
Great. I mean, I got, we were during the commercial break, I put the sound on for the national anthems, and I learned that Land Down Under is not the Australian national anthem.
You thought that song was their national anthem?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
though. I Christian Pulisic not playing, by the way. I'm sorry for the long pauses, but it's it's USA Australia World Cup. I mean,
well, the thing is, your Wi-Fi has been a little shoddy recently, so I was trying in my head. I think Jimmy was under the same impression, trying to figure out
if I had frozen
Wi-Fi skipping or if
I was just watching to see if that was. I wanted to see if somebody got injured there. No, what I was going to say was, as you get old, because I'm 56, I love coleslaw now. It's like a rite of passage. Because when I was your age, I would never eat coleslaw. Like you wouldn't even consider it. Now, I love coleslaw. Throw as much coleslaw at me as you can.
To be honest, I'm not really sure I know what is in coleslaw. Is it lettuce, mayo,
cabbage mostly, and mayo? There's a lot. The coleslaw that tastes really good. There's a lot of sugar in there. Oh. All right, we're probably all at different. We're probably all at different spots in the game because I'm streaming it off a tablet.
I'm on YouTube TV on my second screen on my laptop setup.
Well, I figured you might be on antenna.
Like react, and then I heard your little ooze.
I figured you might be on the antenna. Whittingham's watching it on the antenna.
Well, big day for Whitty. I mean, he called up to the big leagues on CNN, giving the game preview. Yeah.
Whitty was on CNN about 2:30 doing a little game preview. All right, let's do where's Solana? Solana was supposed to join us this hour. Where's Solana?
He'll be here. I just saw him like in the hallway. He'll be here now.
Is he palling around with Udonis Haslem?
Maybe.
Can you see what's going on in the parking lot there at the Citadel, Jimmy? Like, have you looked to see what is a good crowd?
Yeah, when I went downstairs before the show, it was a decent crowd. I mean, I can imagine.
Just texted. He's in the bathroom. He's coming to us right after. So look at that. We're his bathroom entertainment. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you flush, and make sure you wash your hands.
Flush twice.
Yeah, flush twice. Anybody listening too, you better wash your hands when you exit a bathroom. Okay. What?
Lord, I can't change.
Freebird! Won't you Freebird? Let's go! USA! Look at that! USA takes a 1-0 lead over Australia in the 10th minute. Crank up the Freebird, Jimmy. Aussies don't know what's hitting them. That's not a goal. This is a goal. It's my Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I got the reference.
I used that a lot. Who was the Australian that the Heat got a couple seasons ago?
Oh, God.
Patty Mills.
All right. That's how you start out a World Cup game. Let's go.
Can I make one request?
Please.
Jimmy, can you give it like 10 seconds on the goal horn? Because I'm assuming Hawk's behind me on my stream.
I haven't seen the goal yet.
Fair enough. I'll count to
10. Oh my gosh, what a start!
I couldn't help myself.
Play Paraguay. Are they playing Paraguay? No, Jimmy, you fired off whenever you want. Don't worry about it, pal.
Yeah, I don't want to be spoiled.
How about that? That's very exciting. All right,
nice
1-0 USA. All right, let's do headlines. Solana's going to join us.
No.
Solana's going to join us when he's done in the bathroom. Headlines with Josh Appel, brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. When you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
All right, so as you just heard, we erupted in celebration because the United States men's national team in the 11th minute on a ball played centrally by Balogun went in off of an Australian. 1-0 Team USA over Australia. Winner clinches a spot in the knockout rounds, getting out of Group D. Huge start. No Christian Pulisic. And it's Ricardo Pepi starting for him, creating some havoc out in front. And Balogun's start of the World Cup continues to impress. Couldn't have drawn off a better start for Team USA.
What the hell was I just going to ask you? What did you think of Jimmy's song choice for the first goal? Freebird, Leonard Skinnard.
Amazing. And I know Jimmy's probably got a full library of options for this, but
I do.
You got to just stick with Freebird. By the way, first corner kick coming. Yeah.
You think Freebird every time?
Freebird has become, between both the men's and women's hockey team, the World Championships, the IHF hockey, the U20s, all that. Freebird has become like the goal song. And I feel like it should come into the same regard for the soccer team as well. So I'm all in with Freebird when the United States scores.
Jimmy, what do you think about only playing Freebird when the U.S. scores? That's Appel's suggestion.
That's a possibility, but I have other options. So if I feel like playing Freebird, I'll play Freebird.
Right, but that was established before you gave an answer. We know that you could do whatever you want. I was asking what you think about his suggestion to just play Freebird.
It's a great idea.
I'll tell you what though, Jimmy. You know what the great thing about this country is? It's free. You know, you can play whatever you want.
You Jimmy, are a free bird. Flap your wings.
Hock, you ever see the movie The Other Guys, the Will Ferrell movie?
No. I mean,
great movie.
That I wouldn't see his drivel.
Great movie with Mark Wahlberg. There's a great line in it where one of them they exclaim, "I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly." Jimmy, you gotta let him fly.
Do peacocks fly?
That's the joke.
Oh.
3 other matches today in the World Cup. Scotland, Morocco at 6, Brazil, Haiti at 8:30, and Turkey and Paraguay at the ripe time of 11 p.m. tonight from Santa Clara.
Solana is entering our studio right now. He had texted us that my takes are better in the bathroom. So anyone who doesn't like my takes on this show, go try listening in the bathroom, and you may enjoy it more than you ever have. How's the action there at the Citadel?
Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. It's a little hot outside, as you can imagine, and a bulk of the action was taking place either out in the parking lot here at the Citadel or on the rooftop. But the vibes were great. UD was awesome. The $10,000 kick that if you make it through the goal, you can win $10,000. There's a lot of people out there, and it's fun, Hawk. It's a great vibe. It really is.
So where'd you do the Q&A with Udonis? So inside the Citadel?
No, so the Hard Rock Bet bus was here, and they have this giant bus, and it's like a podcast studio in there. So they opened up like a side, and people kind of posted up around.
Oh, cool.
And they were able to listen to the interview and kind of interact with the interview as well. But it was great, man. Like UD is great.
Did you ask about Giannis?
We did not. That was
really?
That was not on the docket.
That wasn't on the approved question list.
I plead the fifth I plead the fifth.
Wow.
No, but we did not ask
Interesting.
about Giannis.
So what did you ask him about? What did you talk about?
About the World Cup. He actually and I didn't know this. He revealed that he bought some stake in Ipswich Town, which is a soccer team in England, and they just got promoted into the Premier League. So
Ipswich?
Yeah, Ipswich Town is going to the Prem. So he knew a lot more about soccer than I expected him to know.
You tell
about
him you're
soccer.
a big Bournemouth supporter?
That didn't come up, but I did ask him about Uruguay, and I told him, the first World Cup ever was in 1930. Do you know who won that World Cup? And he said Argentina. And my dad, who happened to come by just to support the event, was watching and yelled out, "No!"
Perfect.
I also asked UD. I gave him my Mount Rushmore of Miami athletes, Hawk. I think you'll appreciate this. I gave him my Mount Rushmore of Miami athletes.
By the way, I'm just because I'm watching the game. Did anyone see RFK in the suite there?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think he's eating? What do you think he's eating in the suite?
Raccoon?
Lard. Just like a tub of lard.
He wants unpasteurized, a big glass of cold unpasteurized milk.
Beef tallow. Just
Praying there's a
beef
snake
tallow.
he can rescue from the toilet.
So I asked him,
Odd
Mount
guy.
Rushmore of Miami sports athletes. And he said if Dan Marino's not on that list, like he's walking away. And I told him Dan Marino's on there, Dwayne Wade, Larry Zonka, and then Alonzo Mourning. But I said, Leo Messi, I think, has a claim to be on this Mount Rushmore. He delivered a title. He's the greatest athlete ever to play the sport of soccer. And I thought he had such a great answer, which was, hey, you can't just show up to Miami, be great, win one title, and you belong on that list. Like, you've got to give back to the community. You've got to kind of really
do an interview.
do one interview. Just one.
Do one interview.
Do one interview with Mike Cunha or Will Manso. So I thought it was a great answer. He's like, yeah, Messi's great, but you don't just show up and automatically,
That's
become
fair. A city's athletic Mount Rushmore, it's more, obviously the championships and the performance is the biggest part, but it's also being a part of the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to get into the Mount Rushmore debate, but it doesn't sound like Solana gave any consideration to putting a Florida Panther on the Mount Rushmore.
Tobin was upset with the exact same thing. He said Barkey belongs on the Mount Rushmore. Okay, so who are you taking off then, Appel? Like,
well, what about a Marlin?
Niner.
We're not putting Jeff Conine on the Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry.
Well, Solana, under your criteria, Barkov,
listen, I love Conine's Clubhouse as much as the next guy, but
great restaurant when it used to be around. I loved how little TVs and all the booths.
Everybody loved the Clubhouse. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't make it.
Solana's criteria: Barkov, captain of the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, gives back to the community with Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital.
He does.
Does interviews. Like, all due respect to Larry Zonka, Zonka's getting the boot.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, one Dolphin. I don't think you can have more than one player from a particular team, which is why I would take Zoe off. Wade is your Heat representative. Marino is your Dolphins representative.
Okay. So nobody from the 72 team, huh? Like the most famous
Shula,
sports
maybe?
team.
Shula, I guess.
But this is athletes because then we're talking Pat Riley probably has
I'm only allowing one player per team. So I'm going Marino, Dolphins. I'm going D Wade, Heat. Struggling with Barkey or
Kachuk.
It's
Chuck, Brad Marchand.
It's funny you bring him up.
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Hawk brings him up because about a year ago, at this time, Solana and Brad Marchand made up in person on the ice.
He did.
After he had called for him to be traded. Do we even know what this guy has left? 4 weeks later, he's hoisting a trophy. right, finish up the headlines, Appel.
No, Solana only asked me to do the 2:00 hour, so I should be getting paid a little extra for this. Taking his time in the bathroom, listening to the show. I mean, this
my buddy Justin says, what about Miami Hurricanes?
Yeah.
We're not going to put a hurricane on the Mount Rushmore?
Robert Marv?
I don't know about Robert Marv, but
Malik Rozier.
Jeez.
Rick
Barry.
Tate Martell.
Wow.
He
From
was
the
on
top
mine.
rope, Jimmy.
He
From
was
the
on
top
mine.
rope.
The Marlins, they return home tonight. 3-game set beginning with the Giants. Like Bacher and the bullpen will be on the mound for Miami. The Fish coming off an emphatic win in the series finale against the Phillies. They salvaged one win out of that 3-game set. Always tough playing up in Philadelphia. They'll try and get back to 500 tonight against the struggling Gigantes from San Francisco. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, WQAM, they'll have the broadcast tonight.
All right.
Solana, I don't know if you heard this big breaking news in the 2:00 hour from the NFL, but Sauce Gardner, former Jet, now of the Colts, he revealed today that he is 24 years old and not 25 years old.
What?
Yep.
All right. That's about all the amount of time we're going to spend on that. We've already spent too much time on that.
All right.
By the way, no update on Jacoby Brissett. He's back, but no new contract.
So does that mean we can all just like, all right, I'm 24 years old, not 32.
Hell, if we can start shaving years off, I'm going to go. I'm going to be about 43 by Monday.
Solana, do you want to run through the leaderboard of the U.S. Open, or you want me to do that?
Yeah.
I know you've got that usually on lock.
That's cute, Appel. That's cute. I did see that.
I
did see that W. Clark posted the lowest 36-hole score in U.S. Open history at Shinnecock Hills. I did see that. What's so funny? That's where they're playing.
Hydration break, everybody.
All right, put your twos up. Second quarter on the way. Yeah, so as Solana said, great start of the tournament for W. Clark. He's got a 4-stroke lead on X Shoffley and M. Fitzpatrick at Shinnecock Hills Golf Club.
Well, listen, we can call the Vesna the Vagina. Why not?
Oh, goodness. Your weather, temperatures in the low to mid 90s, heat advisory in Broward and Dade. It is hot. It is the summer. You know how it is down here. I'm sure at some point today it'll rain too. Your weather brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate.
We're gonna try to hook up with Mike Cunha. He's at Monty's. Is he there? I don't know if he's there to watch the game or if he's there for CBS.
He's probably there for CBS, Hawk.
That's what I'm
my
guessing,
guess
right?
is Monty's is a scene right now.
I wish we had him on the line when the goal was scored. Like, I want to hear what that place sounds like. Yeah. He doesn't even know if he'll be able to join us because he doesn't know if he'll be able to hear anything and if he's going to be busy doing TV stuff. But we're going to try. We're going to give him a call and see if we can get Cunha on the line. So we'll try to do a live check-in from a World Cup watch party at Monty's while ours is going on at the Citadel. Just because you're getting older, you don't have to feel like it. You can just shave a year off like Sauce Gardner, or you can check out Atlantic Men's Clinic like I do. Atlantic Men's Clinic, if your energy is lower, you can't lose weight, you feel brain fog all the time, switch things up with Atlantic Men's Clinic. There's no reason that you have to suffer with less energy and less drive and not feeling like yourself. You deserve to feel your best. It's why I started getting testosterone at Atlantic Men's Clinic. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you lose weight and have more energy and improve your sleep and so much more, helping you get back to feeling your best. Atlantic Men's Clinic, they've been serving South Florida since 2020. They have 7 locations in South Florida. So there's going to be a location near you. So take a moment this Football Friday and call Atlantic Men's Clinic and set yourself up with a consultation. You can call them at 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My metabolic age is 15.
Yeah, well, your metabolic IQ is 15 as well.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The cameras
1-0 USA leading Australia right now, 36th minute. We reached out to Mike Cunha, thought we can get maybe a vibes check from Monty's, but he did not answer the phone. I texted him. He didn't respond to my text either. You're muted, Appel.
This is why Messi won't talk to him.
That's what you didn't unmute yourself for?
Yep.
You went through all that?
Yep.
We're doing, Hawk, the final watch party that the station is putting on for the final on July 19th. We'll be at Monty's Raw Bar in the Grove.
That'll be that place is, I mean, for any kind of sporting event, but for World Cup, I mean, there are places, you're seeing some of these sites all over South Florida from like these World Cup parties. Crazy.
Yeah, man. The vibe.
Did you bet this match at all?
I didn't, because the U.S. was such a heavy favorite that I just kind of laid off of it. Yeah, I mean, they got the goal right away, right? In like the 17th minute or whatever. So they're better than Australia, man. Even without Captain America, Christian Pulisic, they're just the better team. They really are.
Cunha just texted me, leave me alone.
That means call him right now, Jimmy.
And call him Cookie again.
Yeah, call him and call him Cookie. Hey, Cookie, you ready to go on? Yeah, give him one more call, Jimmy. See if he'll answer. Jimmy hates this. What are the odds that Jimmy's actually calling him or he's just going through the motions?
He's pretending.
Oh, no, I'm going to call him.
All right, call him, because maybe he'll jump on and we can hear the action at Monty's. So do we have to become Ipswich supporters now?
Nah.
Love you, Donis, but this is everybody's jumping on the bandwagon after Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhaney bought Wrexham. They had Tom Brady with Birmingham. I believe Snoop Dogg is involved with that as well, and now UD with Ipswich. I mean, there's a lot of celebrities all of a sudden after Reynolds and McElhaney.
What's going on there, by the way? How come everybody's down on the field?
There was a big collision. Yeah, big collision. You'll see the replay now. I think it looked like it was a foul from. Oh man. Oh, they're just showing the replay of the goal. I said, wait, did I miss a goal here?
Jimmy, what did you find out when you called Cookie?
No dice. He didn't answer.
He didn't answer. I find that to be funny that he says, leave me alone, and Jimmy calls him right away. So here, I don't know if you saw, Solana, the latest tweets. I think I may have sent you one this morning from NBA Central, which, by the way, has 2 million followers. They are not a parody account. They do aggregate NBA news. It's not like Dunk Central, which is a little bit different. Who are they showing there on the TV? Who is that?
I don't know. I think you and our studio,
all three of us are on such different timelines. I'm still waiting for the first goal. So NBA Central, there were 2 tweets this morning. The Celtics would welcome a straight up Jaylen Brown for Giannis Antetokounmpo swap per Sam Amick, who we all like. Says this according to The Athletic. The Celtics have gone to great lengths to avoid the elephant in the room here, but Jaylen Brown would need to be part of any deal for Giannis. And if Boston had its way, it seems the conversation would start and end there with a 1-for-1 swap of fellow All-Stars who are still in their respective primes. Giannis is 31, Jaylen Brown is 29. Lest anyone forgets, Brown is coming off his best season yet, finishing 6th in MVP voting. What do you think about that one, Solana? Obviously, if it was a 1-for-1 trade, but if Milwaukee wants to bring in a big name for their fan base and saying, hey, we lost a huge star, but we were also getting a huge star in return, that's the trade, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
would you need more if you're Milwaukee? In other words, would the draft picks coming from Miami be more appealing than just Jaylen Brown pick player for player?
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, I don't know exactly what Milwaukee wants to try to do here, but if you're taking on draft picks from any team, right? Let's separate that it's from the Miami Heat. You're taking on draft picks, including a lottery pick, plus a lottery pick of their own. Milwaukee selects 10th overall in this draft. So they'd have 2 lottery picks. And then whatever else they end up getting, I mean, you're essentially rebuilding, right? Like that's what you'd be doing. You'd be rebuilding through the draft, youth movement, and then, keeping your options open for the following year in free agency, but you're resetting a little bit. If you go out and you get Jaylen Brown, even if you don't get a draft pick on top of that, you have your 10th overall selection, you get Jaylen Brown, like that is a much better starting point to try to turn things around quicker and compete in the immediate future. I don't think they compete next season, but Jaylen Brown's young, man. And by the way, he has, I believe, a 3-year contract extension that kicks in this offseason. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure he does. So it's not like they have to worry about him leaving anytime soon. I mean, that's probably the better situation.
The other tweet this morning from NBA Central: the Miami Heat have a strong interest in Kawhi Leonard if they fail to land Giannis Antetokounmpo, per Sam Amick. League sources also confirmed a report from NBA reporter Jake Fisher that the Clippers' Kawhi Leonard is on the Heat's Plan B list or the Warriors' Plan A list. The issue around the league, however, is that no one seems to know if Kawhi Leonard is truly available. Oh, what happened, Jimmy? Jimmy just threw his arms up in the air.
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
What?
Call it off, call it off, call it off, call it off. Don't play the music. The flag is up.
Offside.
The U.S. scored, but a flag has gone up from the linesman. Oh, the entire Citadel roof just erupted above me. I hear everybody cheering.
Wait until they find out it's offsides.
Yeah, the goal is being waved off.
Boo.
And it just
saw it.
It's the correct call, by the way. I'm watching the replay. A free kick. It gets deflected, but both USA players who made contact with the ball were offsides.
All right. So it's still 1-0 USA, 43rd minute. There will be some stoppage time because they just resumed play anyway. But
yeah,
so
that was fun for a second.
3 players offsides.
What's that?
They had like 3 guys who were in offside position right around where the ball deflected to.
And what's more upsetting about that, I mean, I'm getting a little deep here, but it's a set piece that was clearly a scripted set play. Like they've practiced this play, and everybody who would have been there for a rebound was offsides. Like just that's no bueno.
Sometimes the refs don't see it. What did you say, Jimmy?
They're checking it with VAR.
I think it's already been confirmed, though, right?
No, they are. The referee is double checking it, but he'll confirm no goal.
Anyway, the other tweet that I was mentioning is Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, is he even available? Do we know?
No. Like that's what's also been funny to me about the whole Kawhi Leonard thing. Oh my God, they're calling it a goal?
Wow, Solana had decided that it was offsides, and he even criticized the set piece.
I said there were 3 guys offside.
You guys don't know anything about soccer. Neither does the ref who called it. Look at that. The celebration delayed goes on. USA 2-0 over Australia after VAR flips the offsides call into an onside goal. USA 2-0. Let's go.
I guess because it took a deflection, they're ruling it not offsides. I don't know. We'll take it, though. Let's go, baby. Let's go, USA.
What do you think, Appel, about Jimmy's song choice there? You had suggested that he stick with Freebird for the entirety of the tournament. He has gone with the Stars and Stripes Forever.
Well, listen, no song choice in this setting will upset me. I'd prefer Freebird, but hey, I mean, who doesn't love a little patriotism during the World Cup?
Very exciting.
Damn straight.
Look at that. 2-0.
Crazy, man. The U.S.
Well, that's not a goal. This is a goal.
The U.S. is going to win this group, man. That is insane. Genuinely, like.
Because people thought they would advance, but did people think they'd win the group?
I mean, they were one of the favorites to win the group, but I don't know, even personally, like I just didn't have much confidence in them to go out and win this group. I did think they'd advance, but I mean, it's not the strongest group, Hawk, but still, I mean,
this has to be the best 2-game performance in the first game's not. I mean, the second game's not even over, but they've scored 6 goals in a game and a half.
Yeah, no, for sure. It is the best performance. To win both games against Paraguay, and then, they hold on, knock on wood. There's still an entire half left to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's huge. It's unbelievable.
7 minutes of stoppage time, by the way.
Freeman, who just scored for the U.S. from South Florida.
He is.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Jimmy, maybe you should have played a little Uncle Luke or something.
His dad, listen, if you follow the team, this is like the Ryan Tannehill played wide receiver in college. Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard, but his father played in the NFL also. For the
How about that?
He went to Heritage, grew up in Fort Lauderdale, went to Heritage, played for Weston FC, lived in Plantation. He's a South Florida dude, a Broward kid.
That's very cool, man.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, well, they're in stoppage time right now. 2-0, USA leading Australia, and they're in the 48th minute. They'll get up to 54, I guess, 52? 52, if my math is correct. We'll take a break. We'll come back the 4 o'clock hour, and it'll be halftime. Oh, they're showing what VAR saw now, so they were onside. Yeah.
How
about that? All right, we'll take a break. 4 o'clock hour is next.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
I'd like to officially go on record. I am wearing underwear today.
4 p.m. and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe Rose, Woody Bo, Omar and more, Tobin and Leroy giving goosies galore. Yeah, but 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. From Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hochman, Crowder, Solana. Get ready for some more.
All right, here we go. 4 o'clock hour. It is halftime. USA and Australia World Cup. USA leading 2-0. I was watching Alexi Lalas during our commercial break. He was saying that, yeah, just USA, little too much speed there for Australia. Didn't seem to think that Australia was going to be able to put up much of a battle in the second half, but obviously we'll have to see what happens.
Have you guys seen this little rivalry brewing between Zlatan and Alexi Lalas on their studio show on Fox?
So I saw you guys tweet it or text it to me, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, Zlatan, I don't know if this was this morning or what, but Lalas had to go to the U.S. Pregame show, and Thierry Henry and Zlatan and Rebecca Lowe are still doing their studio show. And Rebecca goes, Alexi had to step away and, go join the American crew. And Zlatan starts to make a couple of snarky comments, and the dismount is, "You're welcome, America."
That's actually funny.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
He's been trolling them the entire time that they've been doing this studio show together. Zlatan has been trolling Alexi Lalas the entire time, man. It's been great. It's been fun.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, let's I will give you a no stock market report because the market is closed for Juneteenth. I will give you, though, the World Football Scoreboard, which is brought to you by your local Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is truly unmatched for every match with 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra, spicy margaritas made with Casamigos, and unrivaled views all tournament. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views. Solana, what is the World Football Scoreboard?
Well, yesterday, Hawk, Mexico beat South Korea 1-0. It was a cracker of a match. The two teams were very even, and Mexico ends up holding on thanks to a mistake from the South Korean goalkeeper. They end up going up 1-0.
Appel had a large bet, both teams to score.
Oh, well, South Korea
last
at
day
the very end of the game, they finally start getting some crosses in, and the Mexican goalkeeper makes an unbelievable save. And they hang on for the victory. Mexico wins that group with those 2 wins, one over South Africa and then one over South Korea. That was one of the more entertaining games yesterday. You do have 3 more games today, by the way. You have Scotland, Morocco. Morocco is going to be a heavy favorite. They drew against Brazil in their first match. Those are the 2 teams that are definitely expected to go through. But Scotland certainly is going to try to get another victory because they beat Haiti in their first match. So it could be a very interesting dynamic at the end. Brazil will play Haiti at 8:30, and then the game we'll keep an eye on because if the U.S. holds here, then you'll probably be rooting for Paraguay to win tonight. They're going to play Turkey. USA already beat Paraguay, and the only team that can keep the U.S. from winning this group would be Turkey if Turkey wins today and then were to beat the United States in that final group stage match, which is going to be next week.
Is Turkey any good? Because I watched Paraguay against the U.S., and if Turkey's any good, I'm not feeling like my rooting for Paraguay is going to help too much tonight.
Well, Turkey lost 2-0 to this Australian side. They didn't play a good game. They didn't have many opportunities to go and score. In my opinion, they were the favorite to win this group, but they didn't look impressive at all. We'll see how they look today against Paraguay. I expect a Paraguayan team to have totally different tactics, to be more consistent moving forward in this game against Turkey. But again, if Paraguay wins or draws this game and the U.S. holds the result, the U.S. has won their group already going into that final match, which is outstanding.
And then presumably they probably rest Pulisic again.
I was going to say then Pulisic definitely won't play, right?
For sure. I at least wouldn't play 90 minutes. There'd be no reason to. Maybe you get him out there just to kind of test that calf and make sure it's okay. But there would really be no reason to put him out there for 90 minutes and risk any further injury.
All right, let's get headlines here for the 4 o'clock hour with Solana, who has rejoined our studio program. Headlines brought to you by Darrell Kia. In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And when you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Darrell Kia.
This game's being played in Seattle. I was watching during the commercial break because I was out there for the event, and I didn't get to see some of the build-up and the lead-up to the U.S. playing. The vibes in Seattle prior to the game.
Did you see what some of the get-in prices were?
Insane. No, I didn't see it. What did it end up being?
I think get-in, worst was $1,700. Did I see that right?
Hawk, I couldn't have been more wrong about prices and where they would get. And maybe not even just me, but I think a lot of people, what prices would end up being. For example, about 2 weeks ago before the tournament, I was telling everybody, hey, Uruguay versus Saudi, Uruguay versus Cabo Verde, the 2 games here in Miami. Those are going to be the more economical opportunities for you to go watch a game. And I think what happened after the first game was that people saw, Cape Verde and Spain draw, and they're like, whoa, that okay, that was fun. This Cape Verde team out of nowhere kind of looked like a promising team that could make some noise. And just the FOMO of people watching the U.S. and watching the vibes of that first game in Miami, the prices for this game Sunday, Uruguay, Cabo Verde, are double what they were for that Saudi game.
So did you buy yours?
Yeah, we bought them, but we had to pay more than we
paid. So what did you pay for now you sat club seats, right? For the Saudi game?
Seats, yeah, club seats, which was kind of weird, by the way. You know how on the club level, there's concession stands in the club level, right?
Yeah.
Well, all those concession stands in the club level were closed off. All of them, all around the club level.
Why?
To VIP FIFA guests only. So you had to have a VIP wristband. But I found that weird because there's a lot of people just that bought like we did.
Well, that's why you're sitting in the club level, because you get the private concession stands. You get you get some air conditioning up there as well.
For sure. But so if you wanted to go get a beer, if you wanted to go get any food, you had to walk down to the 100s or walk up to the 300s at Miami Stadium, at Hard Rock Stadium. I only found that weird because you would think they'd have some concessions.
FIFA is unapologetic with that stuff, man. They literally are unapologetic with that stuff.
Because I guarantee,
imagine the amount of money. Imagine the amount of money though that they missed out on. Have every other club concession section saved for just VIP. But imagine how much money they missed out on. I wasn't going to risk missing part of the second half to run down to the 100, stand in line, and then run back up. So I said, all right, that's it. What I had for beer before the game or water before the game is what I had. I'm not running back downstairs and risking missing this. But had the one concession stand been open, I would have found it in the club level.
I would imagine, though, the club level VIP was slammed and packed with people. Yeah, so they might have made up for not buying concessions.
My guess is the 10,000 people paying $1,000 each for the right to be able to use those concession stands probably made up for it.
Yeah, my ticket price for the club level probably didn't compare to what Luis Suarez and his suite with his entire family paid for those tickets.
Are you sitting in club level Sunday?
No, we're sitting in the 100 section on
the lower bowl
Sunday, in the lower bowl. Yeah.
How much did you pay for those tickets?
A lot more.
500 a ticket?
Keep going.
700?
Yeah, right around there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so prices did not drop. I think everyone thought, they're going to plummet, and the demand isn't really there. It's a fake demand that FIFA created, and
before the tournament, Hawk, before the tournament started, before that first game, the Uruguay Cabo Verde tickets were as low on the resale markets, right? Were as low as $280. And the cheapest ticket right now, I keep checking every morning just to see, right? The cheapest ticket right now on Ticketmaster, for example, was $980.
Wow.
And that's sitting upstairs. So, $1,000 tickets to sit in the club or in the 100 section is what the resale value is. You could have bought them 2 weeks ago, on Tuesday, 2 weeks ago, they were $280 to $300 a ticket.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Second half, by the way, is underway here.
You can imagine what the ticket prices are for Brazil, Scotland on the 24th, and then Colombia, Portugal was already like a month for the last month over $3,500. I haven't checked, but my guess is that's $5,000 to get in.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Crazy, man. Yeah. And people are going to pay, man, to go watch Cristiano Ronaldo, Colombians here in South Florida. Like, they're going to pay.
I wonder what the 72 club is going for the World Cup for a match like that. I don't like. I shudder to think about what
it's
those
literally like Saudi Arabian sheiks. You walk in there, it's like walking into a palace in Riyadh.
I had such a dumb moment because my uncle was like, "Hey," when he traveled to Russia back in 2018 for the World Cup, something that a lot of people were doing was like, you have a beer with one of the rivals that you're playing. So before the game, you go, you find them, you talk, you have a beer, and you just, you meet people from a different part of the world, and you kind of share in this moment that, okay, like we're rivals on the pitch, but beforehand, everything's cool. And we met some Saudis that flew from Saudi Arabia. They were there at the Hard Rock Stadium, and we offered to buy them beer, and they're like, well, we don't drink beer.
I was going to say, you don't really offer Muslims an alcoholic beverage.
I was like, oh, that's right. Sorry. Well, let me get you a water. Would you French fries? Would you like some French fries?
That's funny.
We were talking about the U.S. Open earlier. Wyndham Clark really did have an unbelievable first round, 36-hole score. That's the lowest in U.S. Open history. And he had an unbelievable day today. That's continuing on. Nothing much on the Giannis front. I know you had read those tweets earlier today, Hawk, but nothing else really transpiring. The Miami Heat did officially announce today their draft party that'll be held at the Kaseya Center on Tuesday. The Miami Heat will select 13th overall. Tobin and I will be out there broadcasting live for the draft party, but who knows, right? Who knows what's going to happen?
Ira pointed out on Twitter, he said there's still no tell from the Heat because the release just now from the team saying Tuesday's 7 p.m. draft party. The evening will also give fans the chance to watch as the Heat makes its selection with the number 13 overall pick in the 2026 NBA draft. And it says admission is free. So there's no leading language there. It doesn't tell you that they're selecting for themselves with the 13th pick. It doesn't tell you that they're selecting for someone else with the 13th pick. It's just watch them make the 13th pick.
What do you think the reaction is at the Heat's draft party? I was thinking about this. If the Heat select 13th and there are no reports at the time of them selecting 13th or shortly after that a trade has been executed or agreed to in principle, like what do you think the reaction will be from fans there?
I think the reaction Tuesday night, if they can time this out with Milwaukee perfectly, where Adam Silver, maybe around the 8th or 9th pick comes to the podium and says, we have a trade for the 13th pick. I mean, the moment he says for the 13th pick, that place is going to erupt. The Kaseya Center will erupt.
But it doesn't work that way. It's not like in the NFL where, hey, we have a trade. So the Heat.
So it would be so the Heat have to make the selection, right? Okay, the Heat would have to make the selection.
The Heat have to make the selection. That player would take a picture with a Miami Heat hat and jersey, and then we would know because there'd be reports. There'd be like it would by then it would be known that the Miami Heat are setting this player.
Who's Scottie Pippen's NBA draft picture with?
Oh,
is it with Seattle?
I think Scottie was one of the Seattle.
Yeah.
He was selected by the Seattle Supersonics. And that's just one of the dumb things that the NBA continues to do where like even though a trade has been executed, the trade is agreed to, it's been signed, they still make the player being drafted come out and put on the hat of the team that technically drafted him but is trading him.
So the Sonics drafted Scottie Pippen for the Bulls. Do you know who the Bulls traded to the Sonics?
No idea. I wouldn't even be able to guess.
I wish Jim
I have no
Larinaga was here because I'm going to say the name and he's going to say I recruited him. Olden Polynice.
Of course.
Olden Polynice.
Anybody remember Olden Polynice or no?
No idea. But I imagine you have fond memories of Olden Polynice.
Well, no, he was drafted with the 8th pick by the Bulls. So he never played for the Bulls.
Oh, okay. Oh, so Seattle was picking what, 5th, right? And then
they took Pippen
Chicago,
for the Bulls.
Right.
Bulls took Polynice for them and then sent draft picks as well.
Right.
I wonder if Olden Polynice ended up ever having played for the Bulls.
But I think something similar happened. Wasn't it Luka Doncic that was drafted? That was drafted by like Atlanta, but then Dallas ended up trading for Luka Doncic, and Dallas drafted Trae Young and traded Trae Young to Atlanta. Like I remember something like that happening. But yeah,
Olden Polynice played for the Sonics, the Clippers, the Pistons, the Kings, the Jazz, the Las Vegas Slam, the Grand Rapids Hoops, Pennsylvania Valley Dogs, Gary Steelheads, back to the Clippers, then the Long Beach Jam, Michigan Mayhem, and the Los Angeles Aftershock.
Big Aftershock fan.
Never made it back to the Bulls.
What a career, man.
What a career.
Hey, Appel, I'm glad you're here because this was tweeted out by Jeff Passan on, what's today, the 19th? So this was yesterday. He said that the MLB today proposed an overhauled domestic amateur entry system that would remove high school players from the MLB draft, makes college players eligible only after their sophomore year. He says it shortens the draft from 20 to 12 rounds, and it cuts the bonus pool from current $358.7 million to $200 million, according to ESPN. And I don't know, like, are baseball fans behind that? Would that be good for the league? Like, how do you feel about this as a baseball purist?
If you love college baseball, that is an amazing development for the college game, because a lot of these top 5 round picks are out of high school. They forego college baseball, but they're all committed and signed to these colleges, and they just never end up there. So Miami, Florida, Florida State, I mean, it's happened to USF. It happens to everybody at these big colleges. They lose out on real talent at the college level because they bypass it and they sign $1 million signing bonus deals with a Major League Baseball team, and they skip it. Like, rest in peace, Jose Fernandez. He had signed with USF, got drafted by the Marlins in the first round, and obviously took the money. Jesus Luzardo, former Marlin, now Philly, same deal, was signed at skip that, went to the pros. So I think that it makes the college game a lot better, and I think you're going to find guys who are maybe more professional ready spending 2 years in college before they go to the minor leagues, and maybe you see less flameouts than you would have, because it's a wild card of the draft anyways, but then you're picking a high school kid, and it's an even bigger wild card.
I am texting Larinaga on our thread with him, Solana. Do you remember Olden Polynice?
Man, right. I hope he says you.
And we'll see together what his response is.
Did either of you see this this clip that was going viral from the Dan Patrick show, where they have a poll
I saw
question?
You got outraged by it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I quote tweeted it and I said, phenomenal rage bait. Like, congrats to the Dan Patrick show. You got me. But yeah, I am outraged. It worked. Like, your trolling worked because he tosses it over. Hawk, I don't, truthfully, I'd never watched the Dan Patrick show, and I'm not hating on him. Like, dude's obviously a legend. It's somebody in like a production chair. So I'm assuming it's his producer, or I don't know. I don't know who it is, but
shipping container.
The shipping container. And yeah, it's Mike Ryan. This is Mike Ryan. And Dan goes, okay, you have a poll question for us. And the guy goes, yeah, we've been thinking about this. Whose career would you prefer to have? Like, whose career would you rather live out? And the question was Eli Manning or Lionel Messi. And then, like, they're having a legitimate debate.
Well,
the
Americans, though, Americans would rather have 2 Super Bowl rings. I know it drives you crazy because you're a fan of the global game of soccer and you realize how much better at soccer than Eli Manning is at football and what Leo Messi's, accolades are. Now, Eli's got 2 rings, though. I think for the American sport, I don't know how the argument went or how the poll went, but I would imagine Eli probably was, if he didn't win that, was a strong contender.
Yeah, well, I put together my own poll question for you guys, and I'm going to bring it down to like the podcast media range. And I'll ask you guys, whose career would you rather have? Dan Patrick, his career, or Alejandro Solana, his career thus far? Because that's essentially what they're doing there. That's what they're doing there. Would you rather be Dan Patrick, one of the greatest of all time at media, or a kid on local AM radio who nobody around the country knows? Like, that's what they're doing there.
Let's see Leo Messi get out of the grasp of Richard Seymour in the game's biggest stage and fling one up to David Tyree. Okay.
What I think the question exposes is not who's the better athlete in their sport or who's won more. I think it exposes just how much American football, is beloved in this country over soccer. And the lack of international soccer knowledge is probably off the charts.
Yeah. Well, it is funny because if I told you, oh, you can win 2 Super Bowls, knowing the context, by the way, one of them is taking down the 17-0, potentially only undefeated team since the 72 Dolphins and Tom Brady, and then another Super Bowl ring where you beat Tom Brady again. Like, for American fans, it literally doesn't get better than that. 2 Super Bowl rings, plus you take out the Patriots, plus the context of keeping Tom Brady and the Patriots from going undefeated, or just 1 World Cup. And when you put it that way, yeah, like the 2 Super Bowl rings sounds much better. But when you understand the context of the World Cup and that it only happens every 4 years and how difficult it is that only 8 nations ever have won the World Cup, I want to put my head through a wall with that question.
Yeah, they never would have gotten away with this poll question if Seton was still part of the Danettes.
Well, I would say this, too. I didn't even know he won a World Cup. I thought this was because he had won the MLS championship.
MLS is back?
Congrats to who would you rather be, the president of FIFA or Don Garber? Congrats to the Dan Patrick show. You successfully trolled this American football fan, soccer fan. Your weather in South Florida. By the way, the Marlins do play tonight. San Francisco Giants in town for a 3-game weekend series. First pitch tonight is at 7:10 p.m. You saw the Scotland fans are going to be taking over Lone Depot
Park. The Marlins game.
Tartan Army.
Man. Yeah, that's going to be good.
I love bagpipes.
You're going to wear your kilt? You're going to wear your kilt, Hawk?
I'm not going to be here, unfortunately. Man. I would be there in a heartbeat. I love bagpipes.
What's your favorite bagpipe song?
Any song on a bagpipe. Any song on a bagpipe. No one can't like bagpipes.
Can you do a bagpipe like impression?
No. Can you? So no.
That's close. No. I think of Rowdy Piper's theme song.
Hawk, you're so right about that though, because let's just say you're out somewhere and there's like a plaza. You're having dinner at a plaza. Somebody pulls out a piano. It's like, okay, all right, hey, Stevie Wonder, settle down. We gotcha. Guitar
guy,
bagpipe guy. You get up and you go. You stand around. You throw them a 20 because why not? Like, bagpipe guy does impress no matter where they're at. Your weather.
USA, by the way, leading Australia 2-0, 60th minute.
Yeah. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is hot. 93 degrees in Miami. Tonight, the lows will be in the low 80s. That's brought to you by our friends at Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll keep watching this USA-Australia game together, so do not go anywhere. More Hochman, Crowder, and Solana coming up.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Ooh, he kicked the hell out that one. Goal!
Billy Idol, that signifies a hydration break, I would guess. Solana's holding a soccer ball now for the rest of the match. Appel's throwing up the 4 for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's right.
2-0. USA over Australia. 68th minute. Hydration break in progress. Do you know how many corners there have been during this match? I'm asking for someone who might have a parlay working.
On it.
All right.
That is a stat that gets recorded, Hawk. So we can have that info for you very shortly.
Because I haven't been counting. I can tell you
8.
my both teams to hit one off the woodwork parlay is not cashing at the moment.
You need one more.
There's been 8?
There have been 8. 6-2
Right.
on the corners.
And then I need one more goal as well because I have over 2.5 total.
And in a parlay, like over 2.5 and over
2.5, over 8.5 corners, and USA to win.
Wow. And does it matter who scores? Does it have to be USA, or is this just a game total?
Yeah, game over 2.5. So
all right,
it'd be all right to have the Aussies score and hear what Jimmy has planned for the Aussie goal song.
I do have something planned.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
You have a montage of Jason Jackson calls of Patty Mills baskets?
I do not.
It is a shame that Italy is not in this World Cup because we could have just had Jax yelling out, "Spaghetti and meatballs."
Now, I will be going, I'm leaving for Europe Monday. I'm going to Switzerland and Italy. Can I get the spaghetti and meatballs as my dinner when I'm in Milan? Because, I'm a big fan.
Hawk, if you send me a video or a picture of you doing these two things, eating spaghetti and meatballs in Milan or eating avocado toast anywhere, I don't care where you are.
What do you mean?
We're going to have issues, man. We're going
I can't
to
have avocado toast
issues
for breakfast in Switzerland?
No.
Overlooking Lake Lucerne? I can't have an avocado toast? What do I have to have? Fondue?
Yeah, cheese everywhere.
You can have a za.
I have to have schnitzel? I think avocado toast I can have in Europe because that seems like very cafe-ish.
I mean, you're in Switzerland, bro. Like, what do you have? A cheese fondue for breakfast? A little cheese fondue, some mac and cheese. You got mac and cheese everywhere in Switzerland.
What's the objection to spaghetti and meatballs here?
So Solana believes, and Crowder, they believe that spaghetti and meatballs is a child's dish.
No.
And when I go to an Italian restaurant, I like to order spaghetti and meatballs. And we've had a bunch of Italians on the show to ask them about this. We've had Gino Torretta, Rob Pizzola, Alex Dono, Clay Ferrero, Simone Fontecchio.
Agreed.
We did. We're right. We did.
We did. No, we did. That's
and fact. They're all of the opinion that that is not an Italian meal. That you get meatballs as a side.
That's fair.
You can get spaghetti as a dish or a side, but you don't have spaghetti and meatballs. But you're telling me if I'm in Milan and I go to Olive Garden, I can't get spaghetti and meatballs?
That would be such a great video, man.
That would be the best troll of all time.
But I told you that. I found
any chance there's an Olive Garden in Italy? There's no chance, right?
There should be. Right? Like there should be one Olive Garden in Italy.
Jimmy, call Italy.
Olive Garden.
Remember I told you I found this family that they were hosting an exchange student from Italy, like a true Italian kid, and they kept
there
taking
are
him
none
to
by
Olive
the way.
Garden.
There are no Olive Gardens in Italy.
They kept taking him to Olive Garden to try food from Olive Garden, and the Italian kid was saying, "This stuff is amazing." Like he loved everything at Olive Garden.
So I cannot get spaghetti and meatballs in Italy.
Well, you won't be able to find it, first of all. Like if you're finding spaghetti and meatballs
Hold on,
together.
Jim Larnaga is texting us.
Oh.
Let's see. I recruited him.
Of course.
So perfect. He actually went to Virginia. He played for Coach L.
Seriously?
Yeah. I recruited and coached him at Virginia. He helped us get to the Final Four in 1984. Why?
Of course.
Should I just text back, why not?
Coach L's recruited everybody. Everybody. Oh,
He said,
Pepe's
why? So
coming
I'm
off.
answering, I was breaking down the Scottie Pippen draft night trade.
Pepe's coming off.
Yeah, Pepe's coming off. Berhalter subbed on.
I like
So is that a successful roster change there with Pulisic being gone? Like, did that make a difference, or you think they would have been up 2-0 anyway?
I think they probably would have been up 2-0. I think they'd be better. Just look at that first half, right? Against Paraguay. Obviously, tactics shift a little bit when you're up 3-0. But they played their best half of soccer when they had their best player on the field, when they had their number 10 on the field. And then in the second half, they just weren't as aggressive. They didn't command possession as much without Pulisic. And I think the same could be said today. Like, they're probably missing that attacking piece of their team. And I don't think Pepe is as good of a distributor or creator of chances. But yeah, I would call this a successful. You're up 2-0, man. Like, you're minutes away from 6 points, and you're missing your best player for all but one half of your 2 games. Like, Pochettino's killing it right now.
And I would also say that Pepe impacted the first goal of the match.
He did.
And he was the one making the run towards goal, tried to center it for him, and it ended up in an own goal, but he was the one making a dangerous play or being part of a dangerous play in front.
I'm watching this game now. This is what happens when you're a gambler. I'm literally watching this game for a corner kick and one more goal.
You'll get the corner for sure. I don't know if you're going to get the goal, man.
So what are we rooting for again tonight? What is the only thing that could put a dent in USA?
If Turkey wins, then Turkey could technically still win the group. It's not likely, but they could win the group.
But USA will advance.
Oh, yeah. USA with this result, Hawk, is either going to be first or second in the group. Like, they're going to advance because FIFA changed the tiebreaker to head-to-head for this group stage in World Cup. So USA has already beaten Paraguay, and they're about to, again, there's still 15 minutes left plus stoppage time, but they're about to have the result over Australia. So even if Australia wins their final group stage game, the U.S. has the head-to-head over them. Again, Turkey could still end up ahead of the U.S. with a win tonight and by beating the United States in the next game. But if Turkey doesn't win tonight, so whether they draw or they lose, then the U.S. has won the group. It's over. It goes to the United States.
I know we're only a couple weeks in, but has it been successful here with USA, Canada, and Mexico hosting the World Cup? Because we had a lot of stuff leading up to it. There's going to be issues. No one's going to come. Their hotel rooms are empty. You're going to see empty seats. And I kind of feel like it's been a pretty damn good World Cup by all 3 of those nations so far.
And the games have been great.
The games have been great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, of all the things that we were concerned about, you listed some of them, Hawk, but even like transportation issues, and we just expected it to be total chaos for fans getting from point A to point B, and like the Scottish fans in Boston, how's that going to work? And all I've seen has been fun coverage of the Scottish fans in Boston clearing out the city of beer. All I've seen with my own eyes and experience was a sold out or 1,000 tickets away from being a sellout, 62,000 plus sellout Hard Rock Stadium for a game that most people thought wasn't even going to get 30 to 40,000 people in the stands. Like, this has been wildly successful, man. Wildly successful, and there's hype around it. Like, genuinely, there's a buzz around the games.
I think it helps that Team USA got off to the start that they did.
Yes,
if they crapped the bed against Paraguay, the attitude towards this tournament would be way different.
Even if it was like 1-0, I don't think there would have been the excitement. You put up 4 goals, like all of a sudden, country was like, maybe we got something here.
Well, we love a winner, right? And we love anytime we can be cocky. And all of a sudden, like, who knows what's going to happen? But all of a sudden, you dominate Paraguay, You control this game. You win your group. You get a favorable round of 32 matchup. I don't know. I mean, why not? Why not the United States? It could happen.
Do you know how much beer you have to consume to outdrink Bostonians? Like, do you realize, like, they just, like, we don't realize the amount of beer Londoners, Scotlanders, like, they drink beer the way that they carry around a beer the way we carry around a bottle of Zephyr Hills.
A pint.
A pint. You know how much beer is in a pint? We went over this earlier in the week.
A gallon.
We got a corner.
We got a corner?
Yeah, that's 9 corners, Hawk.
Let's go. Now we just need a goal. Let's get a goal.
Oh, well, I'm going to be from Australia, man. You should see where this guy just fired off a wide open shot. He put it in the 18th row. Bum.
The Pat White of soccer. Here's the text exchange with Coach Jim Larinaga. Do you remember Olden Polynice? He says, I recruited and coached him at Virginia. He helped us get to the Final Four in 1984. Why? I said, I was breaking down the Scottie Pippen draft night trade. He said, yes, Olden was drafted by Chicago, then traded for Scottie. My high school point guard and best friend was his high school coach.
Wow.
You could do 6 degrees of separation with Jim Larinaga and every person who has ever played in the NBA.
I thought you were going to say every person who has ever lived.
I'm not kidding. Every person who has ever played in the NBA. Am I lying, Solana? Any single person I mention, he's got a connection to. It's amazing.
He's got a connection. He either coached them, he coached their coach, he recruited them, he went and watched them play, he played on the same team as their high school coach. Like, he's got a connection to everybody.
Remarkable. And he still slums it with us for an hour a week on this show.
And it's like his funnest hour of the week, too.
Like how
crazy.
The mighty have fallen. He's hanging around with Olden Polynice, going to the Final Four, and then all of a sudden it's like, Wednesday, 3:00. I gotta jump on with these schmucks. Oh, life changes. All right.
What did he get
80th minute, USA 2, Australia nothing. So we will watch the end of the match together. I guess we'll take a commercial break here, and by the time we come back, it'll be close to starting stoppage time and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We got about like a 12-minute break here or so, Jimmy?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do that. Let's take a break here, and we'll come back. It'll be the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour. It'll be the beginning of stoppage time, and we'll see if we can root the USA on to their second victory in this World Cup. So we'll take a break. 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is next.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
You're not a cheese guy?
Depends.
On what?
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Working all day. Yeah, that's all I see. It's 5 o'clock somewhere and it's right here. The Funky Buddha happy hour, everyone grab a beer. See, the boys are back and so are the guests. We talk food more than sports, but we winning our bets. To the moon, bro, with all the moon, though. Hot takes and more, that's coming soon, though. Every banger like a pass, every bar off the glass. WQAM, and they coming for that ass. I'm a spaz like Solana on preheat. My dog don't care who the kicker is as long as they got 2 feet. Pickle bar champ, and he about to repeat. Don't sleep, y'all, the picture get vivid. Especially Ricardo when he cooking on the pivot. Yeah, that boy did it. Played for the Finns, embraced by this city. And then comes the man who's silly but stay litty. No avocado toast, and I hope that you ready for Mark Hochman, the big stepper. From the Shy, Kane alumni, the big rapper. Gotta dap him up. And like you messing with the neighborhood chick, let's wrap it up. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's right here.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. We'll be able to watch the last minute or so together. There was 6 minutes of stoppage time. And I'm looking for 1 goal here miraculously because I could hit a 3-leg parlay. I got the over on corners. I got USA to win. I just needed over 2.5 goals. Don't think I'm going to get it.
Well, you might get a little bit of extra added time to the added time because the referee, the center official, went down with cramps a moment ago. And I think they ran out like a pickleback shot for him.
Yeah, he seemed to be all right. We'll watch the end together. Do you have a celebratory American song, Jimmy, for when USA makes it official?
I do.
All right.
It's a safety dance, probably.
YMCA. Uh-oh.
Can we get one little extra something here?
Oh.
I know
it was
this isn't the
offsides.
most. I know it's not the most riveting 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour, but everyone's watching this, right? Is there anyone who's not watching this?
Yeah, I think everybody is tuned in. You should be, man. You should be. Be a good patriot.
Yeah, be a patriot.
Freedom.
I saw our sister station, Power 96, was posting videos on Instagram of the Citadel downstairs. It's packed there.
Yeah,
people watching the match.
The food hall is slammed.
Well, they're in the 8th extra minute here and still 2-0, which, again, great outcome. It's just 1 goal short of my 3-leg parlay. Would have been nice to hit.
And no woodwork either.
No woodwork. That one I had kind of felt was over a while ago. This one I felt like I might have a chance for a backdoor cover, as they say.
Betting that the ball is going to hit the post multiple times in a game is
really a level of depravity that most people will never know.
I have a number you should call, Hawk. It's 1833 play wise.
That is the one.
It is over.
Hit it, Jimmy. There you go, pal. Bring it up if you're in your car. USA takes down Paraguay 4-1 and now takes down Australia 2-0. Those are 2. I'm not a soccer expert, but Solana, those are 2 impressive World Cup performances, no?
No doubt the U.S. has just clinched a berth in the following round. It doesn't mean they've won their group, but they will clinch their way with this result into the knockout rounds. Unbelievable results, unbelievable display from the United States to do it without Christian Pulisic. Again, their best player in all but one half of these two games, to me, is wildly impressive. And they're going through, Hawk. That's a big-time result, man. Huge.
That is very cool.
Shout out to Mauricio Pochettino. I mean, there was a ton of noise around that hire, a ton of noise about the lead up to the World Cup. And Whitty brought this up on CNN earlier, but it was the Australia match in the fall that really seemed like the turning point for this group leading into the World Cup. And I know they lost some of those friendlies, the last couple, but you could see that things were finally starting to click. And, I mean, you really couldn't have drawn up a better start to the World Cup on home soil than what this team has put together in these two matches.
Well, the 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. And if you're a Team USA fan, oh, wait, I read that in the Washington Post. Can't call them Team USA. If you're a USA fan, a USA soccer fan, I want to learn. I got to learn. Then it's certainly an exciting. They say in this, they had all these, it was like 46 rules for watching the World Cup for soccer novices. And one of them is you don't call the USA Team USA.
Okay, I was doing it earlier.
Were you?
Yeah.
On this show?
Yeah.
Huh. Jimmy didn't say anything.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What did I say?
Wait, 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. It's extra funky if you're a USA fan. And by the way, not just today's, and that place was slammed today, Funky Buddha in Oakland Park, but every game. You can watch every game at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park. They have $4 pregame Pilsners, $15 pitchers, exclusive soccer ball chalices to drink from. You got those stickers and albums that everybody's crazy about, the Panini stickers and albums. They've got all kinds of specials. It's every day Funky Buddha in Oakland Park in the tap room, every match, every moment, every pour. Now, Sunday is Father's Day. And if you want to have a great Father's Day celebration for the fathers or the father figure in your life, you head on out to the tap room in Oakland Park. Dads, enjoy your first beer on Funky Buddha. They're going to have special whiskey flights, menu options to choose from. You can reserve a table now. There's not many left. You can go to OpenTable or funkybuddha.com. And one other reminder, Funky Buddha is turning 13, and they're throwing a beer-fueled fest on Saturday, June 27th. Enjoy more than 40 draft beers, brewery games, fresh beer releases, cocktails, food specials, and more. It's free to attend. You can purchase a VIP bundle if you're so inclined, which includes exclusive limited edition 22-ounce bottle of orange creamsicle imperial cream ale, 4-pack of Fire in the Hole raspberry habanero red ale, a tote bag, and 2 festival drink tickets. My favorite Solana bit is calling raspberries, and I wish I had invented that because I enjoy that bit. But there's a lot going on at Funky Buddha this weekend, obviously, with all the soccer and with all the Father's Day celebrations. So head over to funkybuddha.com or follow Funky Buddha on social media, and you will see all the activity. All right, let's get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour, brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. When you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
Appel, you paying any attention to the College World Series at Omaha?
Yeah, in passing. I do know the matchup in the final in Omaha.
Oh, Omaha?
Omaha, yeah. So this is one of my favorite stories. USA, by the way. Citadel roof, I can hear people chanting USA. They get the result. This is one of my favorite
Jimmy, call
stories.
Cunio. Maybe we can get him to jump on from the Montes.
On it.
This is one of my favorite stories right now from around the World Cup. Hawk, you're going to love this. So Europeans have discovered ranch, and they don't know how to compose themselves now because they've discovered ranch. They can't believe how good it is. And the TSA in the United States, TSA, had to put out a statement telling people flying back to Europe and flying out of the country that they can't take home one of those giant ranch bottles because it's too many ounces of a liquid. And people were getting mad that their ranch bottles were being confiscated at TSA. So here's what Kraft, the ranch brand, has done. They have released a pack of TSA-compliant ranch packets that add up to a full bottle when you buy the entire package together so that these Europeans can go home happy to their countries with ranch.
It's such a great story, and it's really Americana at its finest. These Europeans, they didn't know ranch dressing is so ubiquitous here. We were talking earlier in the week, Appel. Do you know if you go to the movies in Europe, can you get popcorn and butter?
I'm assuming because you're asking me. The answer is no.
Well, we didn't know. I was saying, like, it's interesting to think, like, what's normal in some countries and not others. And I didn't know. And I was saying, like, no one's going to go to Europe and go to see a movie. Like, it just, you know what I mean? I've gone to see, I was telling Crowder and Solana, I've gone to see a baseball game at the Tokyo Dome. I've gone to see a soccer match at Vitality, but I would never go to a movie on an overseas trip. No one. So I was asking that question. I did get responses from a lot of people on social media, Solana. I don't think I ever shared with you. You can indeed get popcorn, but you cannot get butter. There is no liquidy, warm butter. In European movie theaters, apparently, you get popcorn, and then they say, do you want it sweet? So you can have regular popped popcorn with salt, or you can have a sweet version of popcorn, not like a caramel corn. It's almost like more like a kettle corn.
Now, can you get a trough of soda like you can here? Or are there limits to the ounce?
That's a great question, too, because they don't drink soda the way that we do.
Certainly not the way I do.
You gotta look out. I mean, this guy's sugar content is it's a crumble drink.
Hawk is very, very cognizant of sugar intake these days, Appel. So
sugars is one of the things I've always watched because I don't think you need to drink sugars because zeros taste as good as sugar-laden drinks.
Yeah, but a nice fountain Coke from Flanagan's in the green cup or from Chipotle or McDonald's. I agree. Coke Zero is good. It's not bad, but it's not a regular Coke from one of those establishments.
The zeros, I think, are just fine. And for me, a cup of coffee, give me a little sweet and low. I love. I got to get 2 or 3 teaspoons of aspartame every day, or I get jittery.
Another really cool story coming out of the World Cup. Have you guys seen how this Cape Verde goalkeeper has exploded onto the scene?
Yeah.
So after that draw versus Spain last week,
you'll get to see him in person Sunday.
Yeah, I can't wait to boom either. But he had 50,000 Instagram followers. This random goalkeeper, his last name is Vozinha, and it is ballooned up to over 13 million followers now because of how mega viral he went after that draw. And just to put it in perspective, Hawk, we did this when Leo Messi came to Inter Miami, like comparing Leo Messi's Instagram followers to even LeBron James or some of the most prominent American athletes.
Dwarfs them.
It's not even close, like genuinely. But this guy who had 50,000 Instagram followers, which is a lot, but in the grand scheme of like celebrity is nothing. He has over 13 million now. That is more than Victor Wembanyama and Patrick Mahomes combined.
Crazy.
And it happened in 4 days. 4 days because of one game.
You nervous about him for Sunday?
Very nervous because the Saudi goalkeeper against Uruguay looked like effing Superman. And now we have Vozinha with his 13 million followers. Somebody pointed out that all the people he's followed since this newfound fame are just tens baddies, like baddies. And he's been in Miami a couple days, Hawk. He's out in the pitch with confidence, brother. He's out there with confidence. So yeah, I am nervous. There's no doubt about it. I am nervous. All right, your local headlines. again, the Miami Heat announced their draft party for Tuesday, 7 o'clock. They're supposed to pick 13th. We'll see what ends up happening. No major news regarding the Giannis Antetokounmpo story. The Miami Marlins, they do play tonight. They open up a weekend series against the San Francisco Giants. First pitch tonight will be at 7:10 p.m. Steven Strom will get you started at 6:30 with Marlins on deck. And then Jack Mac, he'll have your call at 7:10. And the U.S. men's national team does get the result. They win, and they are moving on to the knockout round. They still have to play one more game against Turkey. That'll be next week in the group stage, but no matter what happens there, they are through. Scotland versus Morocco is at 6. Brazil versus Haiti is at 8:30. And then Turkey, Paraguay will be tonight at 11 o'clock. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 80 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the upper 70s. And that, of course, is brought to you by our friends at Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
All right, we will talk some Giannis with Will Manso in the next segment. We all celebrate, obviously, U.S. victory over Australia here in the World Cup. We now have to shift gears and talk about Giannis until Tuesday night. When will the U.S. play Turkey in the third game?
Ooh, let me double check that for you, Hawk.
I do love that Solana and I have been going with Turkey, yeah, and Hawk seemingly is refusing to call Turkey, yeah, by their correct name.
Not refusing. I'm trying to make it applicable to the listeners who might not know Turkey. So I figure if they hear it both ways, they will soon one day be able to hear Turkey. Like I just found out that Czechia is Czechoslovakia.
USA plays Thursday at 10 p.m.
Thursday, 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's not Czechoslovakia, by the way. I don't know if you're aware, Hawk, but it's actually Yugoslavia.
What's Yugoslavia?
Czechia is just Yugoslavia.
No.
It's Czech Republic.
Czechia was Czechoslovakia.
And then the Czech Republic.
I know it's Czech Republic. I know. I got you. It was a bad attempt at humor. I apologize.
Bosnia-Herzegovina used to be part of Yugoslavia.
Mm-hmm.
As did Croatia.
Right. And, of course, Chile.
Now, you said they play Thursday at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, correct.
So that'll be 4 a.m. in Switzerland, where I am, on Friday morning?
Yep. And you better wake your ass up. Fire off Freebird, Jimmy, because the U.S. needs you there, Hawk. The U.S. needs you.
Well, when does Switzerland play again? Because maybe that'll be an easier watch for me.
Switzerland is playing. Switzerland will play Canada because they beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 4-1 yesterday. They'll play Canada Wednesday at 3 o'clock. That'll be like 9-10 p.m. for you over in Europe.
All right, that'll be an easier haul than 4 a.m. on Friday morning.
Who are you going to go for? You'll be in Switzerland. You're a big fan.
I'm a big fan of
maple
Canada,
syrup.
but I'm going to be in Switzerland, so I don't know. It'll be a tough one. I'll let you know. I'll probably just go see a movie, to be honest. All right, Will Manso is going to join us next. Let me tell you about my friends and the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. You're looking for a car this weekend. Whenever you want a low price, you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito right now on popular new Kia models like a Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5, Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia this weekend. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Kia. Mitchell, the Kia boss, big soccer fan, his entire staff, they will take great care of you just like they took great care of the Hochmans when we bought a Kia K4 down at Doral Kia. So visit them at Doral Kia right there at the dealership, or you can start shopping for your Pricito online right now at DoralKia.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Are you wearing khakis right now, Joe?
Got what you